Hello. Okay, so I wanted to talk about certain very basic concepts of Vastu or placement of objects in whatever how space you live in, and concepts connected to symmetrical structures and concepts connected to asymmetrical structures. Not that I know a hell lot, but whatever basic concepts that I know and I find that they make sense, share it with you. All right. So it's a rough illustration, like always, most of the times. So this is our home, planet Earth. Okay, it's moving eastward as it does. So when it is here, it is away from sun. This is sun. This yellow spot, if it is even visible. Okay, so this is sun, and when we are away from it, it's the nighttime going. It's a nighttime, and when we move towards it, it's dawn. When it is uh, overhead, sun is overhead, it is noon, and then we move away from it again, and that's westwards, and that's evening time, that dusk and night, and that's how things go on. So another way of putting it is, if this is east, so this is this place, we are here, and then at 12 o'clock sun is directly over our heads, and in the evening it moves towards west. Okay, so this, so far things are clear. Now there is this circulating energy all around us. It's everywhere. Some are smaller. S- mm, it's like whirlpool kind of a thing. There's energy all around us, and directly uh, above Earth at 23 degrees, because that's the axis of Earth, is this big, huge mass of energy. That's Mount Meru. If I've incorporated certain mythological concepts, just understand that you might know it by other names. You might call it something else, but it doesn't change the concept. So water would remain water even if you call it H2O, or we in India call it jal, or somebody else call it pani, abe, or something. I don't know. There are different names for different things, but they remain the same. So the spine of Earth will connect to the skull, and the skull is where Mount Meru is. That's where the creation starts. I won't go deeper into mythological concepts, but obviously you would understand that even when you're talking about one magnet, there is a there is this there is this flow of energy going on inside it. So Earth is a big magnet. It ends at a in what we in India call at as Mount Meru, where Brahma or the creator sends creative energy from, and I guess it is in Arab culture it's known as Sumeru. So similar stuff, because as people continue to migrate from one country to another in olden times, their language changed. But today, out of I guess lack knowledge deficit, they feel they are completely separate from one another. It's only changes brought about due to geographical coordinates, and staying in a particular place for a longer period of time, and acclimatizing yourself every which way according to that region. Fine. So this is the uh, Mount Meru. Again, as I said, or in English, we also call it pole star. Now, the pole star is the end star of the constellation Big Dipper. So, Big Dipper is a constellation. Its tail is the pole star. Pole star is where the 23-degree axis of Earth. It concentrates all the, as you know, all um, mm, the maximum magnetism is found at the poles of any magnet, and in and Earth's pole, north pole, is Polaris or pole star. So far clear, I guess. If not, I hope it is. So this is the direction I would talk about now. This is north, this is south. North and northeast. This is where the diagonal bit of it would take us to pole star. North, northeast. This is where 23 degrees would fall, and here the creative energy enter Earth. This particular place. The most creative thing that our planet has is water. That most of the planets, so far as whatever we know, it doesn't have that creative energy. So the creative energy on Earth is water. So it enters through this particular portion of Earth. Now, why is it called? Why is it the most creative element? Uh, that's because this particular direction is the most creation inducing or yeah creation inducing direction, because the photon energy is just ideal in this direction to create something new. It doesn't self annihilate itself due to lots of energy, so it burnt itself out. No, neither it is too less in vitality. It's just perfect for creation. Then we move towards east. That's where sun rises. So there is a lot of vitality here. Each Earth covers each coordinate in 6 hours. So let's say sun rose at 6 a.m. By 9 a.m. it would reach southeast, and then it would cover the rest of the portion of southeast by 12. So east to south it would travel in 6 hours. Then from south to southwest, so 12 to 3 southwest, warmest part of the day. Then southwest to rest of the portion of west until 6. So south to southwest from 12 to 6 will be the warmest part of the day. And then from west to northwest f- until 9, and then 9 p.m., then 9 p.m. to 12 p.m., sorry, 12 a.m., north again, we are at north again. From north to northeast part or north part of northeast, um, uh, putting in some bits of mythology, it's ruled by Ketu. Ketu is south node, something abrupt, something unforeseen. So sleep in those hours rather than driving rashly on desolate in a desolate place. Then from the east part of northeast, Jupiter, one of the most sacred times, the most pious section of the day. All right, now symmetry. This is what I wanted to get at. This was my primary focus. This was my primary focus. Yes. Is it even visible? Okay, so what happens when energy enters a symmetrical structure? It evenly distributes itself, whether it's a square or a rectangle. And one of the most energizing structure is the pyramid, where it is a square base and equilateral, and all places have four walls. So here four walls would be triangular in shape, so it would be a 3D structure of a triangle, which is known as pyramid. Asymmetrical would be this, like this. Energy is not evenly distributed, and it gets stuck also at various different places. So what happens when energy gets stuck? We don't get in sync with stuck energy. We are waves, and we flow with waves. We, when I say we, I mean all living beings. We are just vibrations, and we flow with vibrations. We have to be in sync. So there, when there is stuck energy, it adversely affects our health. Moreover, stuck energy attracts stuck energy. What is stuck? The shells. Whatever you know as ghost or pretatma, or things that have remained, their shells have remained, and their core has been destroyed. So, stuck things attract stuck things. So, what happens? And that's called resonance. Resonance, you get, you make friends with people who are just like you mostly, because there is a certain common platform that you can both converge at, whatever friends or family members. So there has to be resonance. So if the depressed people attract depressed people, hurt people either hurt people or attract hurt people. So there's a big vicious circle, right? So stuck energy, when energy gets stuck in a asymmetrical structure, it attracts stuck energy. Now that stuck energy also lacks warmth. Temperature wise, it's since it's not flowing, obviously it doesn't have energy. All energized things have a higher temperature. So they are, so when you have damp places, places where you feel stuffy, that their temperature is very low, you energize it by wind chimes, well lit, you make it well lit. So that's how you energize. You use bells there, all those things to energize. You do japa is chanting. That's what you do. So basically, when you are living in a structure like this, make all these different extension as different units, as a different house. So you stepping into another house by making some kind of a threshold. So that's another thing. Let me just talk about certain symbols that are usually very commonly used, and these symbols. This one is swastik. So swastik is, see, all cardinal direction: north, south, east, west, and you have dots also. In according to Hindu mythology, that's a deity that's looking after each section. Plus, it's a if a stuck energy enters this place, it gets lost. There is no place to get inside. It gets here, it gets lost, then it gets out. It gets into this particular place, it gets lost, it gets out. So there's no way to get inside. So that's how it's a protection symbol. So when a right facing swastik is placed over left facing swastik, and or vice versa, you get a square, a square structure. But in Indian mythology, we go with right facing swastik. Now the whole idea is that telling the negative energy, so that this place is just perfect in its symmetry. You will not find any resonance in any corner, so there's no place for you. So this is what it is. Then there is om. Om is actually phonetics. You chant om to make things more symmetrical, to make energy flow rather than anything else. Then there is pyramid. There's a lot of pressure at the top because energy would get inside here. I'm just going to lose in light. I did. Okay. So the base is square. By the time energy wants to expand, it reaches a very constricted place, which is at the apex of a pyramid. And if there is an inverted and okay, let me touch upon this subject slightly later. So so there's a lot of energy here. Hmm? And when there is energy entering into the space, it will go in the base. And the base energy, if there is an inverted pyramid here inside, all the energy that's coming from ground, that's also channelized. Both the energies are channelized, and this particular place, the center portion of it, becomes quite energized. It's a perfect. You're in tandem. You're vibrating you're in sync with the universal energy that way. So that's what happens in Sri Yantra also. Sri Chakra, Sri Yantra, where there are four upward facing triangles, and there are five inverted triangles, and that is supposed to be in Indian mythology bringing a lot of peace. And peace comes when all of your bills are paid, so a lot of abundance. When there is abundance, there is peace. If you are spending the entire day in a survival mode, what time do you have to explore deeper aspects of your life? So when you say that poorer countries, they don't do much scientific researches, they don't do much in innovation. That's because their entire time goes in what? Survival mechanisms. So yeah, this is pretty much it. So yeah, I won't stretch the matter long. I'll give greater details next time. I hope some clarity was brought. Bye.